So in the previous classes, we discussed about till March 2023, and today I am going to explain about April 2023 current affairs, June, July, August, September, October, November, December 2022, March, February and January. 10 months current affairs completed, and this is 11th month. 11 months current affairs is enough for UPSC prelims or any examination, the 11 to 12 months or 10 months. So I am doing 11 months till April 2023. The most important topics will be covered here. The first is April month current affairs, World Intellectual Property Day. April 26th is called as World Intellectual Property Day. Compulsory one question will be there on intellectual property every year. Prelims, almost for every 2 years, one question is there. So don't remember the day, they never asked about the day, but the important is the World Intellectual Property Day 2023 emphasized on women entrepreneurs, women and intellectual property rights, women and intellectual property, accelerating innovation and creativity. So the 2023 World Intellectual Property Day has been focused upon women entrepreneurs, women patents, women intellectual property rights. These all are focused on World Intellectual Property Day every year, which is celebrated on April 26th. This is the first thing which you have to understand about it. And you should also know the difference between copyrights, patents, trademarks. Copyrights, patents, trademarks. For example, copyrights will be for innovative ideas. Copyrights will be for innovations. Copyrights will be for literature. Patents will be for some good which is coming out, some innovative idea which is coming out. Trademark for designs. Trademarks will be for design. These all are intellectual property rights. Second, prelims point of view, CIPRI report. CIPRI report will be released every year, and the CIPRI report will be focusing on what? The CIPRI report will be focusing on number of nuclear heads. CIPRI report will be focusing on number of nuclear warheads. CIPRI full form, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Stockholm International Peace Research Institute is a world-renowned think tank that specializes in research and analysis of security issues. So mainly the Stockholm International Peace and Peace Research Institute focus upon security issues, mainly with respect to number of nuclear warheads which have, and it told that Pakistan had crossed India. Pakistan is having 165, you see the figure here, Pakistan is having 165 warheads, whereas India is having only 160 nuclear warheads. So the more nuclear weapons have been accumulated by Pakistan more than India, according to CIPRI report. The more number of nuclear warheads are present with Russia, second with USA, third with China, fourth with France, fifth with UK, then Pakistan, then India, then Israel, then North Korea. CIPRI, independent research issues mainly related with respect to peace, conflict and security. Global military expenditure increased by 3.7% year on year, reaching $2.3 trillion. So every year the expenditure on defense across the globe is increasing. Every year across the globe the expenditure on defense sector is increasing. But one thing you have to remember, expenditure on defense is if there is no war, if there are no enemies. Still, if we spend money on defense, is it waste or not? Waste money. The same defense amount, if we use for health and education, the people will get more social benefits. But we are spending more amount on defense related because of presence of enemy, because of fear of conflict. So we are investing on defense. Year on year, the defense investment is increasing by 3.7%. CIPRI report. Stockholm International Peace Research Institute will release a report on mainly with respect to security issues. Security issues, mainly it talks about the number of nuclear warheads. It mainly studies about nuclear weapons. So more number of nuclear weapons are present with Russia, not with USA. And when we compare with Pakistan and India, the Pakistan is having more nuclear warheads when compared to India. Statement wise, we can expect the question. The next, cool roof policy, one of the policy, cool roof policy. What is this cool roof policy? Cool roof policy mainly talks about, it is a policy, a innovative policy of Telangana government, Telangana state government. What is this? All the new government buildings which are coming up, all non-residential commercial buildings, means a shopping complex, when they are constructing, you know, paint will be there. On the terrace, we will be doing white paint. What this white paint will do, it will not take the heat which is coming up from the atmosphere. It will deliver back. So that is the cool roof policy, so that internal temperature will be less, so that the power consumption will be less. So the power usage will be reduced, like ACs. If more the temperature, more the power usage. That is what the cool roof policy. First time, Telangana government announced its cool roof policy to reduce the impact of heat on building. Cool roof policy is mandatory for all government buildings as well as non-residential commercial buildings, shopping complexes. It aims to make buildings thermally resilient and reduce their energy consumption, electricity consumption. An occupancy certificate would only be given after compliance. Occupancy certificate. If for new buildings, if I want to go inside the new building, then compulsory they will check this, then only they will give occupancy certificate. Means what? Now this following cool roof policy is mandatory for all the government buildings as well as non-residential commercial buildings. It enumerates 3 different materials to insulate the roof: paints or liquids with high reflexivity, sending back; prefabricated material like polyvinyl chloride, rekulu, polyvinyl chloride, membranes or bituminous sheets will be there, no sheets, rekulu, sheets, high albedo ceramic mosaic tiles or shinglings or some paintings, so that there will be no higher temperature inside the building. That is called as cool roof policy. Only one state, central government is also not having this policy. No state government had come up with this policy, but this Telangana government has come up with this policy. On here we will be painting. Here we will be keeping some sheets. Within 5 years, the target is 2023 to 2028. Within 5 years, all the government buildings as well as new, only after occupancy certificate, old buildings also should have this. All the commercial buildings also should have this. This is Telangana roof policy, very important. Next. International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. International Conference on Disaster Resilience Infrastructure. What it talks about is an annual international conference by CDIRI. What is this? Coalition for Disaster Relief Infrastructure. Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Disaster resilient infrastructure include vital buildings like public communal facilities, transit systems, telecommunications, power systems that are strategically designed to withstand the impact of natural disaster. Resilient means if a problem came to me, a big shock came to me personally, that shock will make me to destroy. That shock will make me to enter into depression. That shock will completely finish off me. But still, I am strong to take it as a challenge. That is called as resilience. So for every disaster, the government strategy should be resilient. Let it be cyclone, let it be tsunami, let it be volcano, let it be earthquake. So our infrastructure should be resilient, like bridges, like buildings. Why Japan people will go for wooden houses? Because of the Japan lies on ring of Pacific ring. The chance of occurrence of earthquake is very, very high. So if they go for concrete, the concrete will fall on their head. That small disturbance is not enough to destroy the wooden house. That is the reason they go for wooden houses. What is that idea? Resilience. Infrastructure is disaster resilient. So there is International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure by Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. India announced the creation of a CDRI after the Asian Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction. Sendai framework, prelims point of view, previous question also this is. Sendai framework mainly talks about disaster resilience, disaster risk reduction from 2015 to 2030. Sendai framework talks about what? Disaster risk reduction. Identifies investigating in disaster risk reduction for resilience and to build back better in reconstruction as priority. So Sendai framework 2016 to 2030. For this 15 years, we have a framework. This framework is such that it is guiding all the state governments and central governments across the country to have disaster risk reduction. Infrastructure Resilience Accelerator Fund was announced, acts as financial resource and is a key to the success of initiatives. That is what. Next, MK54. MK54 lightweight torpedo. This previous question, torpedo. Can anyone tell me what is torpedo? Torpedo is nothing. In movies we see one person will catch like this. So if any person is coming like this, we will imagine very big weapon it is. So it will go like a rocket horizontally. So similarly, for submarines, there will be weapon system. Under the sea, the weapons will be used. Those weapons which are used under the sea are called as torpedoes, mainly to destroy submarines. Mainly to destroy submarines. So if I want to destroy any submarines under the sea, I will use what? Torpedoes. Torpedoes are like weapons, bullets, huge bullets. India is going to sign a weapons deal with United States that includes Mk-54 anti-submarine torpedoes. If any torpedo is coming to destroy our submarine, then I have a system such that the torpedoes will not kill my submarine, but I will release torpedo and this torpedo will go and kill that torpedo. Lightweight torpedoes are used by US surface ships, fixed wing aircrafts. Previously, lightweight hybrid torpedo features it can operate in shallow waters and in the presence of countermeasures, powered by reciprocating external combustion engines. So mainly it is Mk-54 lightweight torpedoes. Operation Kaveri, I think you know Operation Kaveri, which is in the news. Operation Kaveri, Indian citizens who were being left helpless in Sudan. Sudan only? Sudan, who were being left helpless in Sudan because of a military coup. Because of a military coup, the war between the one general and one commander. Both groups are fighting with each other for the sake of power, to acquire power. So nearly 4,000 Indians were being present helpless in Sudan. To rescue them, Government of India came up with an operation. That operation name is called as Operation Kaveri. Operation Kaveri, rescuing Indian citizens from Sudan. Operation Kaveri. Launched rescue operation in Sudan to evacuate its stranded citizens. 4,000 Indians are stuck in Sudan. The Sudanese army and paramilitary group have been engaged in an armed conflict for the last 10 days. And this is Operation Kaveri. Prelims point of view, what you have to remember? Borders of Sudan. And 2 years back, Sudan is divided into two countries, South Sudan and Sudan. Sudan shares border with Egypt, Ethiopia, Libya, Chad, Central African Republic, Eritrea and South Sudan. See, this many countries it have borders. So compulsory you have to go with map pointing. How many countries, which of the following country is not having border with Sudan? Egypt, Ethiopia, Libya, Chad, Central African Republic, Eritrea and South Sudan. Operation Ganga, from what on Ukraine? Operation Ganga, Ukraine. Operation Kaveri, Sudan. Ukraine borders you remember, Sudan borders you remember, border neighboring countries you remember. Operation Kaveri is Sudan it is, Operation Ganga, Ukraine it. Black Panther, you can see the Black Panther. Recently we found this Black Panther after a long time and we released it into the Netravalli Wildlife Sanctuary. Netravalli Wildlife Sanctuary in Goa. Located in Goa, river Netravalli originates in this sanctuary, which is an important tributary of Jawari river. It has two all-season waterfalls, namely Savri and Mainappi. Forest mostly consists of moist deciduous vegetation interspersed with evergreen and semi-evergreen habitats. The IUCN red list for this Black Panther is vulnerable. So, where we released this recently, Black Panther, in India it is not available. We brought it. It was recently found, means we brought it and we released it into Netravalli Wildlife Sanctuary. Where this Netravalli Wildlife Sanctuary is there in Western Ghats, that is in Goa. Goa, Netravalli, what is the IUCN status of Black Panther? Vulnerable. Where it is, we can say that, where the Black Panther is found or released into it, Netravalli. Where it is? Goa. Great Nicobar project, we know, we discussed already once. Great Nicobar project. What is the Great Nicobar project? Great Nicobar project. What is the Great Nicobar project? Nearly 50,000 hectares of Great Nicobar island. We are changing its topography. We are constructing two greenfield coastal cities. Airport is coming up. A harbor is coming up. Complete the topography is getting changed. Forest is removed for the sake of construction of coastal cities, for the sake of construction of harbor, for the sake of construction of. So, Great Nicobar. So, compulsory go through this map. First we will see. North Andaman, remember like this, North Andaman, Middle Andaman, Lower Andaman, and Port Blair is present in which Andaman? Lower Andaman. Then we have Little Andaman. This is Andaman. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is divided by what? 10 degrees north or south? 10 degrees north. 10 degrees below it, it is south. Maldives, it's more below from this side. So if you see this, here it is, if you see here Nicobar and this side is Maldives. So 10 degrees, what is the dividing line between the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is 10 degrees north. Nicobar Islands, we have Car Nicobar, we have Little Nicobar, we have Great Nicobar. From north to south. From north to south we have Car Nicobar, we have Little Nicobar, we have Great Nicobar. C, L, G. Anyhow you know this, north, middle, lower, and Port Blair is present in lower and Little Andaman. So where we are coming up with the new cities? We are coming up with the new cities in Great Nicobar. In Nicobar Islands at Great Nicobar. The National Green Tribunal constituted a committee to review the environmental clearances given to the Great Nicobar project. It involves building a greenfield coastal city which will be developed as a free trade zone with a transshipment terminal and an airport. Transshipment terminal means harbour in our language, and a airport. How many coastal cities? 2 coastal cities will come up. A greenfield township along with a power plant forms a major component of the master plan, a power plant. The project area falls within 10 km radius of the Galati Bay National Park and the Campbell Bay. Yes. Where is Galati Bay? See, Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park, North Sentinelese Island, Twin Island. You have to go the Sisters and Brothers. The Sisters and Brothers Islands are present where? In Andaman Nicobar Island. Sisters and Ruth Island. Ruth Island is present below the Port Blair. Sir Hugh Ross Island, Neil Island, Havelock Island. Here we are coming up with, in which place we are coming up with Nicobar project? In Great Nicobar. We are coming up with at Great Nicobar. 2 coastal cities, airport, 1 harbour transshipment which will be a free trade zone, as well as now we are also planning for a power project in the Great Nicobar. So why it is in the news? Now the National Green Tribunal had constituted a committee to study who gave environmental clearance. How they gave environmental clearance. Handmade portal. What are all made by the hand? Now we are coming up. India Handmade Portal is an e-commerce portal launched by the Indian government with the aim of empowering artisans and weavers by providing them with a platform to sell their products directly to customers. So what is this? Handmade Portal. India Handmade Portal is a part of government's effort to promote local artisans and craftsmanship and support the vocal for local. PM Vikas initiative by providing a platform for artisans and weavers to showcase their products and sell them directly to customers. Under which scheme it is? PM Vikas. And the portal name is Direct India Handmade. The portal name is India Handmade. So I made this pen. I can go into the India Handmade portal and I can launch this pen. So I can sell it, I can buy it. Under which initiative? PM Vikas. Under PM Vikas, there is a chance for buying and selling the goods which are handmade. PM Vikas. Ground level ozone, very important. See, actually ozone is good. In the stratosphere, ozone is present, as you know. This ozone will help us to not to allow UV light, ultraviolet light to enter into our atmosphere. It will act like a filter. It will stop UV light which is coming from sun. If UV light directly falls onto human body, he will suffer with cancer. And the chance of death is very, very immediate. So the ozone is naturally present, it will not allow the UV light to enter directly into the Earth's surface. In Mars, there is no ozone. That is the reason the man will go with all those things, if he go. Why? Because direct UV light, because of absence of ozone, the direct UV light is falling on the surface of Mars. That is the reason we cannot go directly onto the Mars. But we are lucky that we have ozone layer. So that ozone is called as good ozone. Ozones are 2, good ozone and bad ozone. Good ozone, which is present in the stratosphere region. What is bad ozone? Bad ozone is a pollutant which mixes with nitrous oxide, which mixes with volatile organic compounds. Nitrous oxide mixed with volatile organic compounds, and it will enter into the lower atmosphere, and it is very, very harmful. That harmful ozone is called as ground level ozone. That bad ozone is called as ground level ozone. Nitrous oxide mixed with volatile organic compounds plus heat and sunlight is results in ozone. That what it will do, it will increase the temperature. It will create heat islands. For example, when we stand in afternoon in summer season, in between the traffic, how we feel? Heat island. It is called as heat island. Surrounded us nearly 55 degrees centigrade will be there. Generally 40 degrees, but surrounded us it is 55 degrees. That is called as heat island. Why? Because of the mix of nitrous oxide plus volatile organic compounds plus heat and sunlight results in ozone. That ozone will result in more temperature. That ozone is called as bad ozone. Ground level or bad ozone is not emitted directly into the air, but is created by chemical reactions between nitrous oxide. It is not released directly. It is because it's a resultant because of the combination of NOx, nitrous oxide mixed with volatile organic compounds plus heat plus sunlight is equal to ozone. And this ozone is bad. This ozone is ground level. Okay? Now I will come here. According to CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, ground level ozone has started to emerge as Delhi's lead pollutant. Ground level is called a secondary pollutant. Secondary pollutant means because of mix, if a pollutant is released, it is called as secondary. Primary means which is directly releasing, like carbon monoxide will come directly from vehicular emissions. Carbon monoxide is what? Primary pollutant. Why? Because it is directly produced from vehicular emissions. What is secondary pollutant? Which is a resultant, like because of combinations, because of chemical reactions, because of chemical compounds reactions, it is called as secondary pollutant. It is produced when two primary pollutants, nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds react in sunlight and stagnant air, results in ozone. Emissions from cars, power plants, industrial boilers can make it very difficult to breathe and cause coughing, can damage vegetation and ecosystem also, that is called as ground level ozone. Now, the Delhi is suffering with ground level ozone. In Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, we are experiencing lot of rainfall, but it is not the case in Delhi. You know, people will go for preparing for Delhi. Delhi atmosphere is very dangerous. Huge temperature, very less temperature. Huge sweating. Every home will have a AC. Miyawaki method, which is in the news. What is Miyawaki method? Miyawaki is a botanist from Japan. In simple language, I will tell what is Miyawaki method. In 1 square kilometer, or I will take small, 1 square meter, this is 1 square meter. In this square meter, what I will do? Randomly. Generally, what we will do? Length and breadth we will take one seed, one seed, one seed, one seed, one seed, one seed. We go for length and breadth. In Miyawaki method, randomly I will put seeds and I will leave it. They grow in the environment. So here the concept called as natural selection will come. So which seed is good, it will grow and the size will become increased. Which seed is not so, the length will be less. So that type of forest which is coming up is called as Miyawaki forest. If you see here, seed, some are big, some are less, some are big, some are less. At 1 square, what will happen? Competition will be there. One seed will be taking soil nutrient, another seed will be taking soil nutrient, one seed will be taking water, another seed will be taking more water. So in competition, they try to grow. Competition is good. Why? Because we grow. Competition is good. We evolve. So Miyawaki method mainly runs on evolution. What is that evolution? Natural selection. Who grows naturally, they will evolve. He is created at Deonar in Maharashtra. Method is named after a Japanese botanist. The technique involves planting 2 or 4 types, different varieties of indigenous trees within every square meter. These trees become self-sustainable and grow to their full length within 3 years. It helps lower temperatures in concrete heat islands, reduce air and noise pollution, and the forests are formed. That particular method is called as Miyawaki method. Miyawaki method or Miyawaki forest is nothing but randomly we take seeds, we put and we let them to grow. That is called as Miyawaki method. UPSC exam. Random people will come, they compete and only quality people will grow. It doesn't mean that other people will not grow. Other people will write other exams. So because of competition, they also evolve. So they settle like any other profession. See, preparing for civil service also Miyawaki method. Why? Because when they are competing, if they don't become IAS, IPS, some or the other government job they will get. Why? Because they are into the competition. When they are into the competition, they try to evolve. In the process of evolution, what will happen? The intelligence, the knowledge will grow. That knowledge will be used for any other exam. That is the concept of Miyawaki Metro. Kochi Water Metro. Recently, in the month of April, Pradhana Mantri Narendra Modi has inaugurated Kochi Metro, water metro, not our train metro, water metro. Ferries, stations, like our metro trains, in order to connect some houses, in order to connect some colonies, in order to connect some islands. In Kerala, there is Kochi Water Metro. Kochi Water Metro. Inaugurate the first phase. Main objective of Kochi Water Project is to link island communities in Kerala city within the main island, Kochi. The Kochi Water Metro is a modern ferry transport project consisting of numerous boats running along 16 routes across Greater Kochi. So, mainly connectivity. Parvesh Portal. Parvesh Portal, mainly with respect to integrated environment management. Integrated environment management system. A single window project for green and clean environment. Environment clearance, if I want to know. Environment clearance for Greater Nicobar project. In search box, I will get the information there. Miyawaki Forest. What is Miyawaki Forest? If I go and enter there, properly I will get the information which is uploaded by the Government of India, not generally, by Government of India. That particular portal is called as Parvesh. Integrated Environment Management. Integrated Environment Management System. A portal, Parvesh Portal. All the environment related is present at one particular location. It is called as Parvesh. By Indian Prime Minister on the occasion of World Biofuel Day, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, along with the technical assistance of the National Informatics Center. Sea-based endo-atmospheric interceptor missile. Simple. Sea-based endo-atmospheric interceptor missile from sea. If any missile is coming from Pakistan, so we will be in Arabian Sea and looking towards Rajasthan and Gujarat. If from Lahore a missile has been thrown by Parvesh Musharraf's son, then from this Arabian Sea, a interceptor missile will go and it will destroy. That is what this. See, from sea it is coming up. Generally, if you remember, if you have some idea, last 6-7 months back, a war-like situation evolved between Israel and Palestine. This we visualized. Some bombs were being thrown on Palestine. This is achieved a significant milestone in its ambitious ballistic missile defense. The test happened off the coast of Odisha in the Bay of Bengal, and its purpose was to engage and utilize hostile ballistic missile threat. It brings India into an elite club of nations that possess naval ballistic missile defense capability, play a critical role in intercepting incoming long-range nuclear missiles and hostile aircraft. If someone is coming, ballistic means it will come. So we will go and we will destroy it. That is what it is. Up to now we have land-based ballistic missile defense, but now we are having naval-based ballistic missile defense. This we tested recently. It is called as Indo-Atmospheric Interceptor Missile. Indo-Atmospheric Interceptor Missile recently in the news. We successfully test fired it from Odisha, Balasore. Long range nuclear Indo-Atmospheric Interceptor Missile. Global Buddhist Conference. I expect this question. We will see. We will check. I am thinking it will come. New Delhi Declaration is in the news. New Delhi Declaration is in the news. It talks about what? Peace. Yellow color. According to declaration, New Delhi Declaration, peace is the foundation for human happiness and well-being. Everyone knows this. Peace is the foundation for human happiness and well-being. So where this declaration came? New Delhi Declaration. Sir, I know this already. But they gave in 2023 Buddhist Conference. The Global Buddhist Summit 2023 was held in New Delhi and concluded successfully. Bauddha Dharma are regarded as the most effective direction for fostering interfaith communication, unity and global tranquility, focused on modes of dissemination and internally universal values to address. So mainly, this Global Buddhist Conference was held in New Delhi. A declaration came, and the declaration is peace, foundation for human happiness and well-being. Jojila Tunnel. Recently we opened it. Jojila Tunnel, which connects Srinagar with Ladakh. Connectivity is very important. It connects with Srinagar and Ladakh. Sorry, Kashmir and Ladakh. This tunnel will provide year-round connectivity between Kashmir and Ladakh. Kashmir and Ladakh. Kashmir and Ladakh. It will pass under Zojila Pass in the Himalaya mountains between Gandarbal in Kashmir and Dras town in Kargil district of Ladakh. It's a horseshoe-shaped single-tube two-lane tunnel. Strategically important because Zojila Pass, located on the Srinagar-Kargil-Leh National Highway, is closed in winter due to snowfall. Now no need to close. Every time it will be opened. It is connecting what? Kashmir to Kashmir capital is what? Srinagar. Jammu is different. Jammu is dominated by Hindus. Kashmir is dominated by Muslims. Kashmir is having Muslim terrorists. Jammu, absence of terrorists. Why? Because Jammu is by Hindus. Vishnu Devi temple is in Jammu. All these Hindu shrines are present in Jammu, not in Kashmir. Kashmir capital is Srinagar. Srinagar Muslim population is more. So the Kashmir connectivity, Kashmir capital is Srinagar, same only. Kashmir means Srinagar. Kashmir and Ladakh. Zojila Pass. Earlier what? I have to wait till the completion of winter season. Now no need to go. Why? Because I had a Zojila Pass connecting Kashmir and Ladakh. Prime Minister PM Devini. PM Devini. What is this? PM Devini. Prime Minister Development Initiative of Northeast. Prime Minister Development Initiative of Northeast. 15th Finance Commission, you know. 15th Finance Commission started from 2021 to 2026. 1 year gap is there. 2020, 2021, 1 year gap is there. 2021 onwards, we have 15th Finance Commission. So, in the 15th Finance Commission, for another 4 years, the government of India is planning for robust development in Northeast India. For that, there is an initiative called as Pradhana Mantri or Prime Minister Development Initiative of Northeast. It is a central sector scheme with 100% central funding. Will be implemented by Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. Will have a budget allocation of 6,600 crore. Exclusive development. PM Devini. PM Devini. Gaps. Budget. Recent budget. 2022-2023. Means PM Devini, addition of quantum resource available for development ministry. The scheme will be Ministry of Development through fund infrastructure convergently in sprint of this is Northeastern region. PM Devini, Prime Minister Development Initiative for Northeast. National Quantum Mission. This little bit I want to go inside. Try to understand. It is very complex. And from Monday onwards, you have science and technology classes. Evening, you have science and technology classes. Quantum mechanics, we know. What is this quantum mechanics, sir? In an atom, very microscopic. Quantum mechanics mainly talks about atom level. It studies at the level of atoms. It studies at the level of protons. It studies at the level of electrons. It studies at the level of neutrons. That particular understanding and using the power of atoms is called as quantum. At a microscopic level, how electronics, how a combination of electrons, combination of neutrons, combination of protons are responsible for information communication technology. To secure communications, cyber security, to secure communication links is quantum. We have a mission also, National Quantum Mission. Cleared, National Quantum Mission. So, news. A groundbreaking initiative aimed at harnessing the power of quantum technologies. April 2023, we cleared it. The US, Austria, Finland, France, Canada and China are the only countries with dedicated quantum missions. Now the 7th country is India. This is also important. US, UK doesn't have. Austria, Finland, France, Canada, China. How to remember? UFFCCA. UFFCCA or ACCFFU. ACC one cement is there. ACC one cement is there. So, Austria, Canada, China, Finland, France, USA. One of the main goals of this mission is to achieve long distance quantum communication across 2000 kilometer gap, progress in quantum computing by developing 50 physical qubits initially and eventually scaling up to 1000 qubits. The calculation is by quantum bits. The calculation is by qubits, quantum bits. I went a little bit deeper. National Quantum Mission approval from year 2023-2024 to 2030-31. 7 years project. This mission is 7 years. The mission aims to scale up scientific and industrial research and development for accelerating quantum technology, led economic growth and leverage India into a leading nation in this area of quantum mechanics. The new mission targets intermediate scale quantum computers with 52,000 physical qubits in 8 years in various platforms like superconducting and photonic technology from 2023 to 2031, means approximately 8 years. From 8 years we want to reach this physical qubits, means more efficiency, more quicker. Satellite based secure quantum communication between ground stations over range of 2000 kilometers within India. Within India, satellite based quicker communication, more quicker communication is possible through this quantum bits, Q bits. Long distance secure quantum communication with other countries. Intercity quantum key distribution over 2000 kilometers as well as multi-node quantum network with quantum memories. Qubit or quantum bit is a basic unit of information in quantum computing, just like binary bits. So, how we have binary bits in computer, zeros and 1, here we have Q bits. What is the benefit of qubit? Is more quicker than binary. It is more quicker than binary. National Quantum Mission. But one thing you have to understand, this is still in testing mode only. It is an idea. With this, we don't have any applications as of now. But it can create advantages. So, it's an investment. It's a research and development. More science, more scientific explorations need to be done here. Then only we can get the real benefit. Now we are not getting any real benefit out of this. Yuva portal. Yuva portal. What is this Yuva portal? Science and Technology Yuva portal. It aimed at helping connecting and identifying potential young startups across the country. Yuva. 1 week, 1 lab program. CSR National Physical Laboratory is going to organize the 1 week, 1 lab program. It aims to create awareness about the available technologies and services present at National Physical Laboratory among potential stakeholders. It aims to provide solutions to societal problems to sensitize the masses about the importance of precise measurements and to develop the scientific temperament among masses, especially among students. So, what is Yuva portal? Identifying potential young startups. 1 week, 1 lab program. Belongs to whom? This is another program. This is another program. This is another 1 week, 1 lab portal. What is this 1 week, 1 lakh program? CSIR National Physical Laboratory is arranging 1 week, 1 lab. Students will come, they will learn. So, what are the new things which are coming up with the National Physical Laboratory? They will be learning and they will be going. That is called as 1 week, 1 lab program. BharatNet, we know. Earlier also we discussed. What is BharatNet? Connecting broadband connectivity across India is BharatNet. Earlier the name of it is called as National Optical Fiber Communication Network. National Highways Authority of India is working towards development of around 10,000 kilometers of optic fiber cables across the country by 2025. Optical fiber cables are designed for long distance high performance data network. Bharat National Optical Fiber Network is being implemented in a phased manner to provide broadband connectivity to all 2.5 lakh gram panchayats in the country through an optical mix of media. It is being executed by Bharat Broadnet Network Limited. So, 2.5 lakh panchayats will be connected by broadband connectivity by the year 2024 and 2025. If that is there, then you have to remember that 2024-2025 means 2025 March 31st financial year. 2024-2025 means what, sir? 2025 December 31st or what? 2024-2025 means March 31st December 2025. BharatNet. You know, 2 Indias are there. In India we have 2. One is Bharat, other is India. You know this? Generally in newspaper we talk 2 things. One is India, other is Bharat. India means urban, Bharat means rural. So, that is the reason BharatNet. I am connecting how many gram panchayats? 2.5. So, BharatNet, world's largest rural broadband connectivity project using optical fiber, OFC, optical fiber Tribes in news. Tribes in news. Now also another tribe is in news. MEITES in Manipur. Huge people, nearly 40 people were being killed. High Court Manipur judge told, why you are not including MEITES in ST list? Finish. One statement led to violence. MEITES are majority in Manipur. Kukis, Nagas went on to rampant. How you will give them ST status? They are rich. One tribe which is in the news which is called as Pahadi Koravas. Korava tribal community, Pahadi Koravas, event of mass suicide in Chhattisgarh had brought the tribe to the limelight. They are the one of the 75 particular tribal communities in the country. They are hunter-gatherers and practice subsistence farming. Pahadi Korava tribal community. Hakki-pikki few members of the tribe are stranded in Sudan amid internal war. So this is one tribe which is an event of mass suicide in Chhattisgarh. Pahadi, they went and they warned. What is the story I will tell you. In Chhattisgarh, they are coming up with a railway route. Railway route is good, but this Pahadi means hill. So the Koravas who are living in the hilly region, they came and they told that if this railway route goes, mainstream people will come into contact with us and they start disturbing us. And we don't want this. And we don't want this. Are you getting my point? So what they did, they stand on the railway track. They stood on the railway track. Mass suicide attempt. They didn't die, they attempted. So stop the railway route. If not, we will commit mass suicide. Which tribal community? Pahadi Korva. Of which state? One tribal community. Another tribal community which is in the news is Hakki-pikki. Few members of tribe are stranded in Sudan amidst internal war. They are predominantly living in the Shivamogga, Davangere and Mysore districts of Karnataka. They are known for knowledge of traditional and herbal medicine which is high in demand in African countries. Hakki-pikki, a tribal community, went to Sudan to share their traditional knowledge, to share their medicinal knowledge to the African people, but they stranded in Sudan. Which tribal community? Hakki-pikki tribal community of Shivamogga, Karnataka. They are known for the knowledge. They speak Indo-Aryan. They communicate in Wagiri at home but speak in Kannada when conducting daily business. UNESCO has listed Wagiri as endangered language. Endangered, next is extinct. Hakki-pikki. So two tribal communities are in the news in the month of April. One is Pahadi Korava, next is Hakki-pikki. Reusable launch vehicle, autonomous landing machine, nothing. Rocket. It will go like a rocket. It will go into the space. It will release satellite. After releasing satellite, what the rocket purpose will be there? Rocket will go and fall into the ocean. But an idea came. Why this rocket should fall in ocean? Why we cannot use it again? Reusable launch vehicle. So this will go into the space. It will deliver the satellite into the space and the rocket will become an aeroplane. Reusable launch vehicle. It will become like an aeroplane. It will come and it will land like an aeroplane. That is called as reusable launch vehicle. So that again I can use this as a rocket. Again I can use it as a rocket. That is reusable launch vehicle. Autonomous landing machine. ISRO conducted a successful reusable launch vehicle autonomous landing machine. RLV LEX is a technology demonstrator project that aims to develop a space plane capable of carrying a payload to orbit and returning to Earth to land like a, what is that? RLV LEX. RLV LEX is in the news. It talks about RLV LEX is in the news. It is what? Reusable launch technology demonstrator means not original, just technology demonstrator, model, a prototype. Ultimate goal like this, see, a reusable launch, see, RLV. First it will go like a rocket, then it will become like an aircraft and will come like an aircraft. So, RLV LEX. What is it? Reusable launch vehicle, autonomous landing mission. Launch cost by enabling the reuse of launch vehicle. Finland's NATO membership, very important. Now, Finland joined NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The largest military bloc in the world is NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Compulsory look into NATO. Bordering countries of Finland. What are the bordering countries of Finland? Tell me. Sweden, Russia. No, it's not sharing the land, sharing water. So what are the borders for Finland? Sweden and Russia. We will come. Finland officially became the member of NATO, a definitive shift in Europe's post-World War Russia war against Ukraine has made Finland carve the powerful military bloc. NATO brings better security, but the country is losing out on significant trade and tourist revenue it was making from Russia. Finland is northeastern European bordering as Sweden, Norway and Russia. Sweden, Norway here. It will go here. Little bit. Here it is Sweden. So Norway, here it is Norway, Sweden, Russia. Means the country which is having border with Russia is joining. After going home, read everything about NATO. Prague platform. What is this Prague platform? Prague stands for Platform for Real-Time Analysis of Yamuna, Ganga and their real-time analysis. Prague. Real-time analysis of two rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and their tributaries. Real-time now. How the water level is in Ganga, how the water level is there in Son river. Son is a tributary of Ganga. So how much water is there, how much drainage came, who are dumping drainage, those everything through satellite we can see. That particular portal is called as Prague. Stands for Platform for Real-Time Analysis of Yamuna, Ganga and their tributaries. Is a real-time monitoring center for planning and monitoring of projects, river water quality, etc. through various online dashboards such as Ganga Tarang portal, Ganga Districts Performance Monitoring Systems launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti under the ambit of Namami Gange program. So Prague is what? Real-time tracking of Ganga, Yamuna and their tributaries. Prague platform, Prague portal. SpaceX starship. SpaceX, who's Elon Musk, but failed, but completely failed. The largest weight up to now a launch vehicle is having, the largest weight any launch vehicle is having is made by this SpaceX people. The budget was very, very huge, but destroyed. That is Starship, and the weight is 1,50,000 kgs. Means huge oil, huge fuel it will take. So because of its weight, it is called a Starship of SpaceX. Up to now, no launching vehicle or up to now, no rocket had that much of weight, that much of capacity. But the Starship is having that much of capacity. New rocket system Starship exploded mid-air during its first test flight. Spacecraft super heavy rocket, collectively referred to as Starship, represent fully reusable transportation. Reusable launch vehicle. Once fully developed, it would be the most powerful launch vehicle with the capability to carry a payload up to 150 metric tons, 1,50,000 kgs. Is fully reusable on 250 metric tons in expandable mode. Designed to carry both crew and cargo to Earth orbit, the Moon, Mars and beyond. It is also capable of point-to-point transport on Earth. That particular collapse. When this Starship was being launched, it was live in almost all the channels. Basholi painting, GI tag. For the first time, Jammu and Kashmir, one of their good got GI tag. That is called as Basholi painting. Basholi painting, mainly Jammu region. The world famous Basholi painting from Katawar district in Jammu and Kashmir has obtained the geographical indication tag. First time in the history of GI registration that the Jammu region got a GI tag. Jammu region, I'm not talking about Jammu and Kashmir, Jammu region. Kashmiri tag is there already. Kashmiri shovels are there, they got geographical indication. But Jammu region is this Basholi painting. Raccoon stealer. Raccoon stealer, what is this? Very interesting. Raccoon stealer, what? It is a business. Malware means what? Without my notice, some bug or by opening some link, other person will come into my computer and he will be knowing what is there in my computer or what is there in my mobile phone. That is called as malware. This raccoon stealer means up to now, hacker used to use malware according to his wish. This raccoon stealer means now I can buy a malware and I can send this malware to any other computer, or I can learn from him to use it for any other purpose. That is called as raccoon stealer. A malware which will be buyed and used to the targeted revenge taking is raccoon stealer. 8 central government entities including central paramilitary forces and income tax department were targeted by the raccoon stealer malware. Raccoon stealer is an information stealing malware that is usually delivered through email, like clicking. It retrieves sensitive data from infected machines and is available as malware as a service. This means that anyone can buy this malware and use it for malicious purpose. You can buy I can use for malicious purpose. It will come into my computer and it will take all my information. New malware version of Aka record breaker comes with upgraded capabilities. Raccoon stealer, these all hackers, they will have this type of images. Raccoon stealer. Raccoon stealer is in the news recently. Why? It's a malware. What type of commercial malware? First time in the history, commercial malware. What is malware? Someone who can enter into my computer without my notice is called as malware. How they will come? Through email. Indian Space Policy 2023. Indian Space Policy 2023. For the first time, ISRO had came up with an official policy that we want to enter into the private sector. We want to enter into the private sector. We want to facilitate the private people to make rockets. And now onwards, ISRO will focus on research and development. Up to now, we have been focused on rocket launching. We have been focusing on satellite development. Now anyone can make it. Now we are focusing on more research and development. So ISRO want to shift towards research and development, and ISRO want to give its commercial to NSIL, IN Space, officially through a policy which is called as ISRO Policy 2023. The Indian government recently approved the Indian Space Policy 20 with the aim of institutionalizing and facilitating private sector participation in, officially private sector participation in Indian space sector. ISRO will focus on research and development of advanced. Now ISRO will focus on research and development. New Space India will carry out strategic activities related to space sector. The operational part of ISRO's missions will be moved to the NSIL. So now you understand this. Operation parts means what? Which rocket I have to launch, which satellite I will launch, will be taken care by NSIL. ISRO will focus upon research and development. IN Space will focus upon private. Private players will have access to end-to-end space activities including building rockets, satellites, launch vehicles, data collection and dissemination. It is divided into three bodies: ISRO, NSIL, IN Space. ISRO, research. NSIL, operations. IN Space, interface between Indian space research organizations and non-governmental entities, private people. Who is contacting with private people for business? Why so? So now government of India want ISRO to not to depend on budget allocation. Got it? Now government of India want ISRO to not to depend on budget allocation, on government funding. You have to make your own funding. For that, what you will do? Go and associate with private people. Sell them rockets, sell them launch vehicles, sell them satellites, do business with them, get money and use for ISRO. Now ISRO will work for research and development. That is the space policy. Private. BJP means private, no? ISRO, it will focus on developing new technologies, new systems and research, and it will not do any preparational and production work for the space sector. Who will do it? NSIL. Full form NSIL? National Space India Limited. IN Space. India's share in the global space economy is less than 2%, will be increased to 10% in the future. In the global, ours is only 2%, now we have to increase to 10%, one target. Next target. Indian space industry was valued at $7 billion in 2019 and now aspires to grow by $50 billion by 20. These are the targets under Indian Space Policy 2020. Vibrant Villages Program. New program we came up with, Vibrant Village Program. Some targets are there here. Online people, if it is not visible, you open your PDF, you can see it. Vibrant Village Program. Mainly, Indo-China bordering. Indo-China bordering villages will be developed. Why? Because when we develop these border villages, they feel that India is developing us. So they will not make links with other countries. That is the reason now we are focusing on the villages which are on the border with China. So tell me, what are the states which are having bordering with China? Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim. Why they came up? As Sai Kiran told. Yes, now China side villages, they are making smart villages. So India also thought that Indian side villages also should be made vibrant. So we came up with a program called as Vibrant Village. The program aims to transform rural areas into self-sufficient and prosperous communities. Kibbutu is the easternmost village of India and is considered the gateway to the land of the rising sun, Arunachal Pradesh. So starting with Kibbutu. How many states are bordering with China? Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Ladakh is a union territory. I told how many states? 4 states. What are these 4 states? Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. Some targets are there. All inclusive welfare focus. Har Ghar Nal Se Jal. 3.8 crore households. Har Ghar Nal Se Jal. Prime Minister Awas Yojana, 80 lakhs houses. Aspirational blocks program. Earlier aspirational districts program, now it is aspirational block, mandal level. Develop villages on northern border under Vibrant Village program. Digital banking now by not only by public sector banks, by postals. 75 digital banking units in 75 districts by scheduled commercial Vibrant Village. Enhance infrastructure in border villages near India's China border. Important this is India-China border. Why they are coming up with smart village in China side village? So we are coming our side by Vibrant Village. Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Ladakh. One more states, Sikkim. But this particular program is not for Sikkim. I asked bordering states. I didn't ask this program. This program is only for Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal. Remember this. Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. To build a residential and tourist center, enhance road connectivity, create distributed renewable energy, direct access to Doordarshan educational channels, Doordarshan they are getting, and broadband connection. So they are very lucky now they are getting direct access to Doordarshan. Provide job and income generating opportunities, decrease poverty while promoting socio-economic progress. Vibrant VVP. VV. Only 3 states. What are those? Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Ambedkar Circuit Tourist Train. Indian Railways, Dekho Apna Desh. Under which program? Dekho Apna Desh. Dekho Apna Desh initiative. Ambedkar Circuit. Where all Ambedkar is associated, there a train will go. Where all it is associated? New Delhi, Mahu. Actual birthplace people will think it is Maharashtra. It is not the birthplace of Ambedkar. The birthplace of Ambedkar is Mahu, Madhya Pradesh. Mahu, Nagpur, Sanchi, Sarnath, Gaya, Rajgir and Nalanda. This 8-day special tour covers 8 significant places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and remember these places. Now everything is Ambedkarized now in India. So New Delhi, Mahu, Nagpur, Sanchi, Sarnath, Gaya, Rajgir and Nalanda. A joint initiative of Ministry of Tourism and Railways aimed at attracting not only the wider tourist base but also the Dalit community. What are these 8? New Delhi, Maho, Nagpur, Sanchi, Sarnath. MN, anyhow New Delhi. ABCD. New Delhi, MN, Maho and Nagpur. SS, Sanchi and Sarnath. Gaya and Rajgir and Nalanda. Dalit communities. Dekho Apna, under which initiative? Dekho Apna Desh. Thale Wildlife Sanctuary, this is. Thale Wildlife Sanctuary. A new moth species is found in Arunachal Pradesh. Remember this. Thale Wildlife Sanctuary is present in Arunachal Pradesh. Subansiri, river surrounded by. So, Thale Wildlife Sanctuary is present where? Arunachal Pradesh. Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi. Swasthya Suraksha, exclusive Suraksha Nidhi. Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi. This Nidhi is used for which programs? This. Ayushman Bharat, which is also called as Pradhana Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, National Health Mission, Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, and also disaster preparedness and responses during health emergencies. For example, COVID. So, the accruals into the Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi will be utilized for the flagship schemes of health ministries. What are those? So, this money will be used for which schemes? Ayushman Bharat, National Health Mission, Suraksha, Swasthya Suraksha Yojana and any disasters because of health, disasters of health reasons. Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi, this 4. Union Cabinet has approved the Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi as a single non-lapsable, it will not lapse, it will continue. Reserve fund for health from the proceeds of health and education cess. From where? Health and education cess. It's a non-lapsable reserve fund for health in the public account. Proceeds share of the health in health education will be created under this. So, health says education is a separate fund which is coming. From that the money will go to Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi. And where it will go? Public account. It will be, 3 accounts are there. One is contingency fund, other is public accounts fund, other is consolidated fund of India. So, where it will come? Public account. So, this public account, here it will be stored in the form of Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi, which will be used for these 4 programs. It is lapsable or non-lapsable? Non-lapsable means it will continue. Whenever you want to use, you can use it. That is Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. It got approved in the month of April. STARS project. Strengthening, teaching, learning and results for states. Mainly to help states in order to adopt what? National Education Policy 20 STARS. Strengthening, teaching and learning. Teaching, learning and results for STARS. Why? In order to properly implement National Education Policy. The STARS project would be implemented as a new centrally sponsored scheme under the Department of School Education and Literacy, Ministry of Education, aligned with the objective of National Education Policy of quality-based learning outcomes, strengthening the government-managed school education. Prime Minister Mega Integrated Textile Sector, which is called as PM Mitra. PM Mitra. Mega M Integrated I T Textile Sector and Apparel. Apparel is RA. Apparel means clothes. Apparel means Pradhana Mantri Mega Integrated Textile Sector and Apparel. PM Mitra aims to develop integrate large scale and modern industrial infrastructure facilities for the entire value chain of, remember like this, PM Mitra for what? Textile sector. Apparel means what? Cloths. It is inspired by 5F. Farm to fiber, farm to fiber, fiber to factory, factory to fashion, fashion to farm to fiber, fiber to factory, factory to fashion, fashion to foreign. Special purpose vehicle will be launched by state and central government to set up each park, which will oversee the implementation of the project. The setting up of 7 PM Mitra parks were announced by the Union Cabinet 2021. 7 PM Mitras, mainly focusing what parks? Textile parks, correct. Telangana, one textile park was been given. G7 led climate club. G7 led climate club. G7 countries, first we will remember G7 countries. Those are Canada, 1, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom and United States. Once upon a time the rich countries are G7. So these G7 countries which were informed, now they are coming up with one club called as Climate Change Club. G7 established the Climate Club as an intergovernmental forum that aims to support the rapid and ambitious implementation of the Paris Agreement, which seeks to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Mainly to implement what? Paris climate targets. Paris climate targets which year? 2015, very good. In that what we have? We have to reduce the global warming by 1.5 degrees Celsius. So in order to implement that Paris Climate Summit, now the G7 countries came up with a climate club which is called the G7 Climate Club. The countries are Canada, France, alphabetically. Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom and US. How we can remember? P5 countries we know, permanent members of UNO. United Kingdom 1, United States another, France is another, 3 are there from P5. Then Germany is very active in World War II. Japan was very active in World War II. Italy was very active in World War II. In World War I also these 3. And only one innocent country is Khalistanis are there here. It focuses on 3 pillars. What are there? Advancing transparent policies to achieve climate neutrality. Climate neutrality means reducing all greenhouse gas as much as possible. Transforming industries to accelerate decarbonization. Carbon release should be reduced, decarbonization. Third, facilitating partnership and cooperation to coverage climate action. These are the 3 things which are there in G7 led climate. So very quickly we will do. I did 35 topics. Number 1, World Intellectual Property Day, focused on women. Number 2, SIPRI report, where Pakistan had crossed our nuclear warheads. Third, cool roof policy of Telangana state. Fourth, International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Sendai is from 2015 to 2030. Lightweight torpedo, Mk-54, with which country? US. Operation Kaveri, Sudan. Black Panther, vulnerable. Where it is found? Netreveli. Where it is? Goa. Great Nicobar project, we know. Why? National Green Tribunal had formed a committee to study who gave approval for project Great Nicobar. India Handmade Portal. Ground level ozone and good ozone and bad ozone. Miyawaki method. Kochi water metro. Parvesh portal. What is Parvesh portal? An integrated environment management system. All environment related is present in one portal which is called as Parvesh. Sea-based endo-atmosphere interceptor missile. Global Buddhist Conference. What is that declaration? New Delhi Declaration. New Delhi Declaration. Peace is responsible for human happiness and well-being. Jojila Tunnel connecting between Kashmir and Ladakh. Prime Minister Mitra, PM Devini, PM Mitra. National Quantum Mission, complete mission. What is there? I mentioned here. Yuva portal mainly with respect to young anthropologists. 1 week, 1 lab. And BharatNet. Bharat means rural India. So 2.5 gram panchayats will be connected by broadband. Who is implementing it? Bharat Broadband Network Limited. Tribes in use, 2 tribes. One is called as Pahadi Korwas, there is Hakki Pakki. Pahadi Korwas of Chhattisgarh, Hakki Pakki of Karnataka. Reusable launch vehicle. We had RLV Lex. ISRO is planning with. Finland's part of NATO now. Prayag platform is what? Real-time tracking of Ganga and Yamuna and their tributaries. SpaceX Starship, huge weight but collapsed. Basholi paintings of Jammu region now. Rakona Stealeries, we can buy it and we can use it like a malware. Rakona Stealer. ISRO policy, Indian Space Policy, INSpace, NSIL and ISRO. Now ISRO will focus only on research and development, NSIL will do operations, INSpace will earn money. Vibrant Villages program in Indo-China border. 3. Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Ambedkar Circuit 8. New Delhi, Mahu, Nagpur, SS, Sanchi, Sarnath, Gaya, Rajgir and Thale Wildlife Sanctuary of Arunachal Pradesh. Pradhana Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Nidhi is going for 4 funds. It is non-lapsable. It is present in public account and the money is not from budget allocation. The money is from health and education cess. STARS project, mainly to strengthen learning and teaching and results for states, mainly to implement national education policy. PM Mitra. How many are there parks? 7 parks are there. G7-led climate, mainly to implement G7-led climate, Paris Climate Summit 2015. By this, we successfully completed current affairs till April 2023.